Deep in the heart of Papua, where jagged limestone peaks pierce the heavy clouds, lies one of the most challenging environments on Earth for logistics. In these remote reaches, there are no roads, no rails, and no easy paths. The survival of local communities depends entirely on the sky, as the sun begins its slow descent, casting long, dramatic shadows across the valley. A familiar rhythmic pulse begins to echo through the humid air. A distant silhouette emerges from the glare. The cargo helicopter, a rugged workhorse of the mountains, makes its final approach toward a tiny jungle clearing. This is more than just transport, it is a lifeline. Every flight carries the essential supplies needed to sustain life in the most disconnected corners of the globe. The pilot maneuvers through the thinning air, navigating the unpredictable thermal currents that rise from the cooling mountain floor as evening sets in. Close up, the sheer power of the machine becomes evident. The rotors slice through the mist, creating swirling vortices of vapor in the fading light. Down on the helipad, the air is thick with anticipation. The ground crew prepares for the arrival, bracing themselves for the impending storm of wind. As the aircraft descends, the peaceful jungle is transformed. The downwash from the rotors creates a violent whirlwind of dust, leaves, and debris. The ground crew leans into the gale. They use precise hand signals to guide the pilot, their movements coordinated after years of working in tandem. It is a dance of steel and human will. In this environment, there is no room for error. Communication must be clear and movements decisive. Touchdown. The heavy machine settles onto the concrete, its weight compressing the struts. The roar of the engines begins to transition to a steady idle. Immediately, the crew springs into action. Time is a luxury they do not have. The light is fading fast, and the return journey awaits. The cargo is diverse medical supplies, building materials, and food staples. Each item has been carefully bundled in heavy-duty netting for the treacherous flight. Workers unhook the external sling with practiced speed. This cargo represents the hard work of global logistics, finally arriving at its remote destination. The physical toll is evident. Despite the cooling evening air, the intensity of the work brings sweat to the brows of every man on the pad. Their determination is fueled by the knowledge that their work matters. In these mountains, teamwork is not just a concept, it is a survival strategy. With the cargo cleared, the helicopter prepares to depart. The pilot checks the instruments as the golden hour transitions into the deep blue of twilight. The engines roar back to life, the high-pitched whine echoing off the mountain walls. The crew moves back to a safe distance, watching the beast wake. In a surge of power, the aircraft lifts. It tilts forward aggressively, trading altitude for airspeed as it clears the surrounding trees. The ground crew stands silent, their eyes following the blinking navigation lights as the helicopter becomes a small speck against the darkening horizon. Quiet returns to the jungle. The helipad, once a hub of intense activity, is now still, bathed in the very last rays of the sun.